pros and sports fans of all ages. Broadcasting live from the heart of the Duke City. It's time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports, Two Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
It's Friday, Albuquerque! You know what that means? That means Duke City Championship Wrestling's tomorrow night at the historic El Rey Theater. Let's go. 2-year anniversary, birthday bash number 2.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You listen to like your baby Einstein learning videos and learned how to crawl, and here you are grabbing on the edge of a table, about to walk, take the first steps of your little baby life.
Yeah.
Go hug your daddy.
Get ready for my terrible twos.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready for that.
They're coming.
Reading an update here from a press release I got about 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
This is from the Lobos. Head coach Jason Eck has added 6.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
The New Mexico
New
Lobos?
Mexico
New
Lobos.
Mexico
The New
Lobos.
Mexico
Okay,
Lobos.
cool.
Head coach Jason Eck has added 6 newcomers to the Lobo program for the 2025 season. Joining the team will be, and this is alphabetical order because I don't want to hear about it.
Okay.
Caleb Coleman, Chris Gant Jr.
Oh,
Grant,
he can go.
I'm going to tell you more about him. I have some ideas here. Grant Glasgow, Colin Johnson, Brett Carhu, and Cole Welliver. Coleman's a safety. Gant's a safety. Glasgow is kind of a dual threat kicker punter kind of thing. Johnson's a safety. Carhu's a linebacker. Cole Welliver is a quarterback. I met with Coach Eck the other day. He was talking at length about Cole, saying he could be in the mix for one of the 3. He is a freshman out of Flower Mound, Texas. So there you go.
Big old Texas boy?
Threw for 3,000.
We'll take all of them.
Threw for 3,082 yards and 50 tutties as a senior, as this high school went 14-0 and won the state title, which we've talked about how many state titles there are in Texas.
Yeah.
So there you go. He played for whatever team Jason Witten coaches. So there you go. First team all state, first team all district. So super sweet.
Oh, so he's throwing the Witten's son then. Might have to use this pull and get Witten out here.
Strong possibility. Join the squad.
Well,
Coach Eck will join us on Monday to talk about these signings. He just texted me as I was responding to you.
Okay. You need players to play football. Number one.
Players. A football.
You need a field. You need a field.
Yeah.
Go, let me rewind. You need a field, and then you need players. Wait, no. You need a field.
What came first?
And then you need a coach. Got that.
No.
Hey, got the first 2.
Yeah.
Bam. Now look, players.
No.
Boom. We're on our way.
So your list is close. It's not right.
No.
Yeah.
A ball. We need a ball.
So I
we also need a ball.
I led with ball. That's not correct. What you need, because it's dual, is you need your players to have a foot, and you need the field to have a football. So you need,
both feet.
Yeah.
And consequently, a ball.
That's why the field is in yards and not feet, because that would be the third foot in the equation.
Well, it's in feet also.
What?
There's 3 feet in a yard.
Ish.
So you can
say ish, please. Don't just end that sentence saying there's 3 feet in a yard without saying ish.
Children out there.
Yeah.
There's exactly 3
No.
feet.
That's not accurate. It's ish.
No, it is. It's to the
ish.
To the millimeter.
It's millimeters when it comes to yards.
Those don't match.
Because that's different. So now you're saying yards and feet and millimeters are all similar?
I meant centimeter.
Oh, no. That's the same as milli.
It's the same one?
But different.
So exactly 3 feet.
I'm decreeing on this show. we're coming up on our 8-year anniversary.
Big deal.
We've been doing this rendition of the program for, shoot, brother, almost 5 years now. We had the weekend rendition of this program, ABQ Central, before this. You and I no longer, moving forward, are using ever again standardized units of measurement.
This is a pro metric show.
No, we're not even using.
Always has been.
No, we're not using uniform units of measurement moving forward at all.
Oh, you mean like a yard is like 13 bananas?
Depending on the size of the banana. Yeah.
Like 8 plantains.
Yeah. You know how far it is? You know how far a yard is on the football field? 1 supporter scarf for the New Mexico United.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's perfect.
It's exactly.
It's exactly what it is. So that's the new R thing. Van, how far are we sitting away from each other? 3 folding chairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
3 folding chairs horizontal, not vertical.
Yeah. Like in folding chairs, similar to your ex-girlfriend, same size laying down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all right there.
Why'd you say X?
Is.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay.
Your ex-ish girlfriend.
Okay.
Isaiah Johnson is with us. We're waiting for him to get situated. Isaiah, welcome.
Thank you.
Y'all situated?
I am very situated.
Okay.
I'm also fact checking this metric system.
All right. What do you got?
No, I know that there's 3 feet in the yard.
Ish.
It doesn't say ish.
Well, they say it's exact.
Or even a decimal.
Now,
yeah,
it's agreed upon that it's 3 feet.
Are you saying agreed upon or equal to?
It's agreed upon that it is equal to, because historically, feet meant feet.
Yeah, historically.
How many human feet tall are you?
All right, so here goes here.
How many hands wide are you? It is a dumb unit of measurement, but here we are still using it when better options exist.
Dare me to Mark Twain, son.
Mm-hmm.
Dare me.
Yeah. How many?
Well,
how many Twain is in a football field?
Depends how fast we're going.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 3 feet in a yard. 1,250 yards is equal to 1.143 meters. 1 meter, therefore, is equal to at least 1.09361 yards. That's what I've been trying to say the whole time.
Everybody knows that.
Everyone talks about that.
Everybody knows that.
Is there a Schoolhouse Rock on this?
Probably.
Is that a Carlin episode?
Yes.
Or no, he was on Conjunction Junction. Yeah.
George Carlin, I remember, told us how many feet are in 420 yards.
Man.
So how many feet, Isaiah, are there in 7 years?
Good question.
Yeah, will you answer that one for me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how long is 7 years?
See, that's where you really get into it, isn't it?
It depends on how fast you walk and whether or not you're a member of the Rembrandts.
Are you a member of the Rembrandts?
Did I get that band name?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
I don't believe so.
Because if you would walk 500 more, you could be.
You could be.
Now, I think the answer is 21, but I'm not sure. That's where it gets confusing. Also, units of measurements that are like distance related as well to time. Like miles are miles by distance, but nautical miles are not.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Editorial.
Yeah.
Having nothing to do with measurement.
Are you talking about how the Rembrandts?
It was the Proclaimers.
Yeah,
the Proclaimers. The Rembrandts were "I'll Be There for You,"
the theme song to Friends.
Yes. There it is. Yeah. Whoopsie.
Who's Men in Hats? I come from the land down under.
That is Men.
Yeah,
but they're at work.
Oh, see,
yes,
okay.
Men at work.
All right.
Also, not Australian.
Do they have hats?
Not Australian. False advertising in that song, by the way.
Lord is Australian. She claimed to be from Kansas City, which is Isaiah's favorite team.
Because she was on the Royals,
not the Chiefs. Just want to throw that out there.
Just make sure there's no confusion.
Mm-hmm. Would never be a Chiefs fan.
Your dude get called up yet?
I don't believe so.
What's his name?
John Rave.
John Rave
Johnny
report.
Rave.
John Rave report. I will take your time.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's Nope. Just the only thing with the Royals was invited to spring training.
All right, so no new news.
If he keeps mashing for Omaha and the Royals keep sucking,
Yeah.
he'll be up soon.
Did the Topes play Omaha?
No, they're in a different one.
Used to.
Yeah, they used to.
They used to.
Now that would have been something.
Now, a yard of concrete is different than a yard of gravel.
Correct.
But you have to have gravel to make concrete. And they're both different than 3 feet.
Yeah. I think it is a 20 by 20 square, 4 inches high as a yard.
I believe that is accurate. Now, also, a yard of fabric would also be different.
Also different. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because I think a yard of fabric is like
It's-
60 by 72
It's legit dumb.
inches.
Yeah.
Or 102 inches wide, depending on the roll.
From the country that brought you there, and there comes yards.
Ooh. Okay. I've now settled the whole discussion. I know we got a little off.
I'm sorry, 10 by 10, 4 inches.
What'd you say? 20 by 20? At 2 inches.
2
'cause
yards.
It's dry here.
Yeah.
That's what we don't need 4 inches. We only need 2. What do you think? You support it? You parking cars on it? No, you're not. This is for a little doghouse. A yard
That's
will
too
go.
much.
They'll go a long way. 4 inches is too much.
If you rebar, it's the perfect.
Oh, you talking
amount.
about reinforcing?
Yeah. Otherwise, you probably want 6 inches.
Now I've heard if you put a little seashell in there, that
For good luck?
no.
Okay.
Because the way it works,
Talking about diatomaceous earth.
diatomaceous earth,
Okay.
which also is a carcinogen, but that's not a right now conversation.
Yeah.
I used to drink a little bit of that in water.
What?
Diatomaceous earth?
There's an edible version.
Will you Google the health effects of that? Because
Oh, yeah, it's health benefits.
because
What podcast did you hear this on?
the powdered version of diatomaceous earth, when breathed in, is known as a carcinogenic.
Yeah, it'll make your lungs
It'll
bleed.
make your lungs bleed,
Well,
give you cancer.
There's 2 kinds of diatomaceous earth.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a marine biologist or a marine.
There's the kind that goes in food.
What?
There's one that you're not supposed to eat, and there's one that's edible.
There's one that
Look it up.
purifies water that was for years used in pools, and it will kill you if you breathe it.
Food grade diatomaceous earth has been approved by the FDA.
But that is not known to clean pee water at a public pool.
Cool. Yeah, the one you're talking
Hard
about. is-
segue, but I'm into it.
With that said,
I don't
If-
believe a word of this.
of what? That it's good for you?
You eat ground up shells?
No, you put
That's
this
good for you?
No, so if you put seashells in your concrete, whenever it rains, your concrete then absorbs the water and then it reinvigorates the water because it puts calcium into the concrete. This is why all the buildings in Rome still stand. It's not just the blessing from Pope Leo.
Yeah.
Seawater.
That I'm familiar with.
It's been the trick the whole time.
It improves body joints, bones, and ligaments through silica, which is the highest occurring compound in diatomaceous earth that aids in the metabolism and formation of the joints.
Now, do me a favor.
Says the carnivore man.
Yeah, look where else you can get silica from that definitely won't give you cancer.
Mhm.
I don't know what silica is.
I know. I could tell by the way you read it.
You didn't know what the double diatomaceous earth meanings were? Double entendre.
That's not what double entendre means. It's
Well,
two men on.
That's what this one is.
It's nothing sexual, to my knowledge. Something. The sports animal.
Brought to you by Route 66 Casino Hotel.
Put your game faces on.
Welcome back to Two Men On. Lots going on in the world of sport today.
This is a new one. A little Shyamalan twist here.
Is this Akon?
Is this a song about diatomaceous earth?
No, it's about shout out to Bill Belichick.
Nobody wanna see us together.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Now I know what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Good job.
Nobody wanna see us together. But it
Yes,
don't
this is a shout out to Bill Belichick because I know it's tough right now. And these songs, they pull you through the tough moments. This one specifically.
I feel like Akon is on my canceled list.
Correct.
He is. If you dig deep, if you really dig deep enough, every artist that was once popular, like from the years of 2000 to 2020, has done something.
I need you to recognize exactly who Weird Al Yankovic is. I need you to apologize right now.
40 years and counting.
Undefeated.
The best guy.
All time.
He's different. He's like Jack Black.
Better than.
Which
Oh, hold
bet
on.
I bet if you Google
Hold
him,
on.
yeah, I'd be. If he hasn't, then he deserves a round of applause.
Because you're saying it'd be easy for him?
Jack Black, well, how wild he is just for him to have been actually like such a regular person off the screen would be very, very impressive.
Well, no, you don't got to be a regular person. You just have to not take advantage of people or take advantage of countries sexually or financially, which is what Akon did. Separate events.
He did sexy dances with underage kids, and then he beat up a fan.
Then stole money from Africa.
Oh, yeah, that part was wild.
Yeah.
Jack Black, it wasn't really him as much as it was, is it Kyle D? Is that his name? Kyle Glass? So it was his best buddy. And also, I was pro that move, not to really rehash that move.
Yeah.
That's a move Freddie does without a microphone on. Like, that's not that weird to Freddie.
What move?
His decision-making skills? Poor.
Yeah.
Do I agree with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are we talking about?
Kyle Glass.
Oh,
Which you don't know about.
no.
Not in your algorithm. So you are obviously talking about Bill Belichick's future ex-girlfriend, my obsession, Jordan Herdon, as she has been asked to no longer be a part of his life.
Jordan Herdon?
Is not what you called him?
What is she, Dominican now?
I thought it was Jordan Herndon. Is that not correct?
Jordan Herndon?
It's not Jordan. It's Jordan
Oh, because
Herndon.
it's spelled stupid? Yeah.
Her last name is spelled the same stupid.
Is it?
Jordan Herndon, I think. And if not, that's the pet name I gave her. Do you think she'll like it? Yeah, she's gone.
I called it.
Yeah, we all called it.
No.
What is that?
No, you said it was all normal. It's normal for guys to have a woman like this in their corner. And I said, nope.
Yeah,
she's
guys
gonna get.
who want support.
I said she's gonna get banned. I said they're gonna ban her from being around the football team.
I said that would happen.
And it didn't even get a chance to get to the point where the players were gonna start getting at her because that was inevitable.
Oh, they're sending her DMs.
It would have started happening if it hasn't already. That would have been another reason why they're like, hey, you gotta leave. You can't be around the team.
So if I'm Bill Belichick, which I'm not, I would quit. You can't take the love of my life away from me.
Oh my God. And I love their reason.
She loves me.
They don't want to ruin all that he has worked for.
No, that was the family.
Yeah, that's
quote.
the family's
That's the family. Don't twist it up.
Yeah.
No, North Carolina's not looking out for him.
North
Figure it
Carolina,
out.
this is a distraction to our football team and university. Not even an employee of the university. Get her out of here.
Yeah.
She's a liability. Bill Belichick
Yeah,
ability.
they say, why do you have a key card?
Yeah.
Why are you in here?
Hey, Gramps, why are you bringing this child everywhere? She's not an employee of the university.
I thought you were playing that song because today it was announced that Akron Van, their football team, is ineligible for the 2025-2026 postseason.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I thought we were playing Akon.
No, I don't know if they would have made it.
No, they would not have made it, but they are ineligible. If they
It
did.
does suck though. I was on one of my junior college teams because some old coach had did something wrong, came back to bite us, and they told us that there was no playoffs available. So it just kind of puts a big old cap on your season, and then coaches don't want to call all their playbook because they don't want to show everything they have in a pointless year. So for the players, you got to get it.
You should have gone the way of Jordan Horndon. Walked. I said, and I'm dropping
Her
out of.
name's Jordan Hudson.
What's close?
It's just spelled stupid.
Cool. Jordan
He
Hudson.
went from Hudson to
Because
Hurden to Horndon.
no one can just spell names normal anymore.
Jordan Hudson. I'm in. Whatever, dude. I'm not even worried about her until she pops up on my dating app. And then your boy's in.
You know, it sucks. I bet they told Bill and he had to be the one to tell her.
No.
Imagine, I bet so.
She doesn't have an official email. There was no way for him to reach out.
Yeah, why would they reach out to her? She's not officially on the staff. They told Bill and he had to tell her.
Well, remember, she got access to Bill's email, so Bill just emailed himself and she read it.
She probably texted. She saw it before he did.
She actually wrote the memo to herself. This is Inception stuff. Bill's like, "Hey, babe, can you write a memo to Jordan Hudson? Who's Hudson? Can you listen? Can you write a memo to Jordan Hudson saying that he can't be around the team anymore?" He goes, "Oh God, no." Yeah, she cooked. Is she a student? I really don't know. Is she a student at the University of North Carolina?
Graduated.
Is she enrolled?
I don't think she's a student currently, historically, or of anything.
You're not correct.
She graduated already, I believe.
From where?
Let me see.
God, this is going to mess up my algorithm. I'm looking at this on the work computer.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm doing too.
Bridgewater State University.
With Teddy?
With Teddy?
I don't know what that means.
Teddy touchdowns?
You talking about old Teddy touchdowns?
Maybe.
You don't know who Teddy Bridgewater is?
Yeah, he went to Louisville.
His hands were little.
Yeah,
You're thinking of Kenny Pickett.
Same.
Yeah, there's a picture the Browns put up of Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett both like in their throwing motion. Oh my gosh.
Rude.
That was real bad.
Why'd they do that to our boy Kenny?
All right. I got an update alert here.
Old Kenny TH.
Tiny
hands.
Jordan Hudson update alert. Jordan Hudson update alert. Are you ready for this? This is being reported by centralmaine.com.
Suing you.
By whom?
Newspaper.
Central Maine.
Yeah.
Okay.
UNC says Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, is welcome at the football facility. This is from like an hour ago. So they're walking it back.
Oh, so Bill said it's either her or it's nothing. And
Hey,
I'm like, okay.
Hey, love, dude. They can keep Jordan away, but they can't keep the love away. And they actually can't even keep Jordan away.
At this point, now being realistic here,
Okay.
I think we all can agree
that we're realistic.
That's not what we do here on the program.
Keep going.
This might be one of those times.
Nah.
If we had a lady that we felt was actually one of the best for us, she would remove herself from this whole equation at this point. She would be the one to be like, you know what? I'm going to step away. This is clearly causing too much controversy, and I don't want to ruin anything you've got going on.
I'm never stepping away from Jordan Hudson.
Here's where
she should at least trying to do it.
Because here's where you're messing up, Zay.
Yeah, math.
That would be the actions of a caring, reasonable person. She is obviously just making this about herself.
What are you two doing?
And throwing herself in the middle of everything and taking the attention away.
She is the crutch that he leans on daily. She
Leaning,
is everything
is that
to him.
the kids are calling it these days, leaning?
Also, I have another update here. Are you ready? Jordan Hudson update alert. Jordan Hudson update alert. Pablo Torre? I don't know who that is.
Oh, the backup catcher for the Giants.
Nope.
Oh.
Who hosts something called the Pablo Torre Finds Out podcast, which is a thing I've never listened to. Apparently that is the source of this. So we need to apologize to everyone. We, being in radio.
The source of which one?
This rumor that she
banned?
got, her being banned. So I'm going to say right here, live on air, and I'm going to apologize to the world. We are sorry. Podcasters are beneath us. We don't recognize them, and they do not count as a news source on this program, especially if it's one I've never heard of, Pablo Torre.
Yeah. If that would have been the case, the Beatles would have banned Yoko. You can't ban Yoko. If John Lennon in this situation, Bill Belichick, wants Yoko
Imagine
in this situation,
no Jordan
around, She gets to be around.
SASAF, yeah, try.
Jordan Hudson's actually about to compete in a pageant this weekend. So maybe that's what she
Imagine
does.
all the reporting.
Of reading her boyfriend's emails. What's the pageant?
Miss Maine USA pageant.
Trying
Oh, that's why Maine's got the scoop.
to ruin her life. She should sing at the pageant.
There are dogs howling all across this city right now.
Who else is from Maine? Who's that guy you like from Maine? Cooper Flagg? When he went to
is from
Duke. Hey, North Carolina's getting all the hottest people from Maine.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong. Lobsters. That's all I know about Maine. Lighthouses. Cooper Flagg, Jennifer Hudson.
Cooper Flagg is old enough to be Bill Belichick's great grandson.
And boyfriend. Well, we need to apologize to everyone under the sun.
Well, no, we knew it wasn't real. It was just all about the effect. We just made sure that we didn't let them go into break thinking that was.
Local North Carolina beat reporters are also reporting it's not true.
Yeah, Sports Illustrated saying it's not true.
Same with
Yeah, it's
ESPN
no, it's real.
and New York Times.
Yeah, well,
But for
some
all-
of us got hoodwinked.
For all those places to have to come out and say it's not true, we don't necessarily look so bad for getting drawn into that mix.
No,
Allegedly.
we did not get drawn on. I
Yeah,
just on
right.
air said it was not a thing. How do you prohibit your highest paid employee's spouse? You don't do that.
That's why when you said update,
Not
I was like,
enough.
what she do, sue the school? She probably would.
That's
I
not
would
how
think
that
so.
works.
Yeah. If it could get her more attention, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
by
and
law-
and that attention is all that really matters.
Not trying to be this guy, not trying to get into legalese, but by law, if there is a hurricane in North Carolina, they don't even have they don't have to open the doors for you to let you in. This is nothing. There's a tornado? Nah, I didn't keep a shot on you.
Yeah. What are you, Joel Osteen?
Yeah, what are you, Joel Olstein?
Is he canceled? He's probably canceled.
He's never been doing better.
Financially?
Yeah.
Hey, but with this new pope, we don't even know with him, dude.
No, I
Oh,
mean, is
man.
he on the canceled list?
His whole life, he's been on our
speaking
cancel
of our beloved media getting stories wrong,
Yeah.
the Pope, Sox fan, not a Cubs fan.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Sox fan. True story.
list. The thing you just said to me has upset me to a degree. Because I don't know if you're accurate or not.
I
Yeah,
am.
we're about to figure this out.
100%. Trust your boy. His brother came out and said, I don't know where these reports came from. He is a Sox fan.
All right.
His mother was a Cubs fan. Him and his brother are Sox fans because they grew up Southsiders.
All right. Rib alert, spousing us. What's it called when you have a brother? Sibling rib alert.
Mm.
He's actually a Cubs fan, but the brother's putting it out there that he's a Sox fan so
Just
that
to
his brother
troll him.
hears it to troll him. That's
That's
what
very funny.
that's what Alex would do to me.
There's also evidence.
Oh gosh.
There's pictures of the Pope in White Sox jerseys. It's incredible. The Pope. The Pope was at the 05 World Series where my beloved Astros got swept by the White Sox in embarrassing fashion. Pictures of the Pope at World Series baseball games.
The Pope-
It's so cool.
The Pope one time sent 2 fans to beat up a first base umpire. And I'm gonna tell you what, I get it.
Excuse me?
This was an Ozzie Guillen period thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
All right.
a lot of years ago.
All right.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The
I don't know this song, but I'm into it.
You know it.
I never heard this.
Phil Collins, Philip Bailey.
I only like Phil Collins with Genesis. We talk about this all the time.
That's breaking news.
No, he says it way too
Yeah, Genesis loyalty alert. Genesis loyalty alert. Congratulations to my Washington State Cougars. They got a new quarterback. Julian Duggar transferred. Let's go. That's not a story for anyone here in town, but I liked it.
All right, good for you.
He was at Pitt.
Was he playing basketball?
No, he's a quarterback, dude. What are you doing?
They play basketball at the Pit, Fred.
I hate it when I don't get your jokes, dude.
Thousands of people just did.
Yeah, because you had to explain it to me. Everyone is
not to you. I did.
Could have been a bull ride.
Not our way smarter listening base.
We just apologized for Jordan Hudson being banned from U.S. football facility. That story was a USC football fallacy. That was a lie.
Yeah, nice try, South Carolina.
Yeah, nice try. Yeah, trying to break up the true love that is Jordan Hudson and her boyfriend Billy Belly Boy.
Well,
Write down Billy Belly Boy.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
Everything we said outside of her actually being banned was still facts.
Okay, yes, actually, yes, Zay.
Like that's the only part that was incorrect is that she's not allowed there.
Quote
She's
from
still cooked.
North Carolina Athletics. Well, Jordan Hudson is not an employee at the University of Carolina Athletics. She is welcome to Carolina football facilities. So there you go.
Yep, she's making us money.
That is way more than Pablo Torres. Torres? I don't know who this guy is, so I feel bad. He put a story out there that tricked everyone.
Got some clicks. Good job.
Yeah, he's the clicky boy. He's like a villain in The Last of Us.
Because he makes the clicking noise.
He's a clicker.
All right.
Did you guys ever call the remote the clicker? That's a generation before, huh?
No, it was the clicker.
Wow.
That's what my parents would call it. Because it used to make noises.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became a rubbery boy.
Yeah, the rubber buttons took over.
Now, the rubber buttons were tough for like Van and I when we were kids because we would chew on them. And
Quit saying we
you're going to tell me right now.
when we're referring to your childhood oral fixation.
All right, listen to this, Isaiah. The rubbery button clicker had so many excess buttons. You didn't need them. You only needed volume,
I bit one.
channel. Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah.
Just to test it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power,
And it had all that like
menu.
I was always trying to see if I could bite one in half. Was kind of like my goal.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can get one bit in half, but it would just keep pushing.
then you can't push it.
I'd chew off the number pad, all of them. I don't care.
You can
The
push
problem
it in. You
is-
gotta use your fingernail.
Okay. Increase the difficulty level. All right, you're leveling up here, I see. Fred just ate them because they would taste like Cool Ranch Dorito dust.
I did not eat them. I just bit them off. You guys act like you were never kids. Like, I'm the only one
my goodness. I did so many, a litany
of kid
of
things.
stupid things.
Yeah.
But that's not one of them. Chewing on a controller.
Me?
Because I didn't have that like kind of fixation because I already started smoking by then.
We've talked about that story on air before. When you would play with your G.I. Joes inside and then you need a smoke break so you could step outside
Go
with
outside
Destro.
and rip a heater. Go
Then
to the sandbox.
you're like, oh, I can't believe Destro just attacked the Joes again. This is crazy.
Oh man.
Isaiah's like, your parents didn't count their cigarettes? How'd you get them?
I'm very happy because I remember in third grade there was a couple of kids who I knew would go smoke cigarettes when they could, and I still would never I never leaked over.
Yeah, but like, hey, don't judge them because you're also the kid who put gack in your hair, and like we're not trying to say that you're better than anyone.
Was L.A. Looks dead by then?
Oh, by his age it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even know what that is. Van tried to skateboard downstairs one time. That's a real sentence.
Because I
That's
jumped
that's
them.
like a most kid thing, though, right? You just try. If you can't skateboard, you try to do something downstairs other than walk.
I was unfortunately stuck in the perineum in between skateboarding being really cool. I was from the rollerblade era.
Mm-hmm.
So I rollerbladed. Like rollerblading was on top of the world for like 6 or 7
6
years.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was skateboarding before. Now it's skateboarding after. And it should be skateboarding forever.
Van had
But I
a
was part of it.
Van had a boombox. He would go in his driveway, and it was Cyndi Lauper's "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and Van would do figure eights in the driveway. It was awesome.
More like half pipe and quarter pipe work, but yeah, super close.
Incredibly
Super close. Yeah.
The one I did as a kid, I think you probably did this too, Van, was I would eat so many warheads until my tongue bled.
Been there.
Yeah,
That's
was
That's
a
one for
quality
sure.
one for me.
Yeah.
Get that little ting. Do you remember taking the hairspray and creating a flamethrower? You do that one?
Oh,
Yes.
was I supposed to stop doing that? Is that a kid only thing?
I used Axe.
Axe, is that flammable?
The Axe body spray.
Oh.
Allegedly, I'm not going to give anybody.
Yeah, I
ideas.
believe it is that flammable.
But if
But
you
yes.
if you catch it on fire, you just douse it out and diatomaceous earth, though. So that's
That'll
No,
handle it.
no.
yeah,
No.
that'll stop it.
You can eat it after.
If you put your
Toasted.
if you put your GI Joes in a Tupperware bowl and put them in the microwave, they melt. Ask me how I know this, man.
Well, did you take the screws out like a professional,
Nope,
or did you
nope.
spark the
They
microwave?
would spark.
Okay.
They were awesome.
I was never a microwave guy, but I messed hard with the magnifying glass, dude.
Yeah, the magnifying glass
Yeah.
slapped.
Mm-hmm.
I was God to that little anthill, and I was not a fair God.
You were not a just
No.
God.
I used to in the Midwest. You get those nasty spiders in the springtime, so that's when I had to go grab ants and like throw them in the spider webs that would build up around my front door.
Yeah, that's morbid.
That's incredible.
Well, the spiders got to eat.
You'd throw a handful of ants into a spider web?
Hey, spiders got to eat, brother. That's what I just heard.
Yeah, spiders got to eat. There was one time there was a cicada. I wouldn't shut up, and there was a big spider web, and I was like, "Let me see if it's strong enough."
It was
Yeah, and that was the sound of that was very entertaining. The sight of
the
that.
crunch.
Well, no, just it like going from making that loud, annoying noise
To being
just-
muffled.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you guys remember jumping off your roof with a
Because
trash bag? using
Zay
it
is
as a-
like the opposite of Jeff Goldblum. He's like, death finds a way.
yeah, every time. As a kid, we would get the 55-gallon black trash bag and use it as a parachute jumping off the roof. Van, did you live that life?
I did not do that one.
That one was for us.
Yeah, you did that one?
We do the running start where we would hold it behind us to catch air,
Now, see, that I've done.
but then jump
Not off of a roof.
then jump off the roof.
Yeah.
So whatever.
No, it depends. You can't do the higher ones. I heard too many stories of like friends breaking their arm or something because they jumped too high off the swing. So I always would be thinking about that. So I never did the over extreme stuff.
It wasn't that extreme. We were just little.
Roof to trampoline, trampoline to swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
That was a thing.
All right, you guys follow my lead here. Ready?
Mm.
Bloody Mary.
Never did anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that one kind of missed me. You know what? Adjacent,
Yeah.
Candyman.
Oh,
I remember Candyman. Candyman was,
Don't do it
Insane
again. Don't do
as
it
a
again.
kid.
You almost did it.
well, no, you got to say it 3 times in a row.
Oh, okay.
You could say any number of words in between. I could talk about a distributor of delicious sweets all I want.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You got to say it 3 times in a row
Now, as
in
kids,
a mirror.
we used to do. Were you familiar with the game Tug of War?
Yeah.
You didn't let me finish my sentence.
But you-
Ellipses with Stretch Armstrong.
Okay. Yeah. The winner is always the loser in that one.
Did you guys do the invisible rope?
Like a mime?
Is this,
Are you talking about
like-
is this a
miming?
Carradine reference?
No. You get you and your friend opposite sides of the street, and then when cars come by, you make it look like you're holding the string and like you're holding it tight, and then cars like slow down as they like drive up to you guys. They think you're like holding a string across the road.
No, we
Okay,
did.
this is funny. This is very niche.
I'm
I want
surprised you
to promise you, Zay, that's not a thing everyone did. That is pretty unique what you're just
a
describing.
thing
right now.
everyone did
Yeah.
was think that Surge soda was actually hydration.
Yeah.
That's a thing everyone did. What you did is not.
Yeah.
Well,
you caused car accidents.
Wrapping a firecracker in tape.
what does that do?
Are you serious?
Oh my God. You never made mini pipe bombs?
No.
We were just kids.
So you're just saying that all the mailboxes in your childhood neighborhood were just safe all the time?
Didn't have it
See,
coming.
stuff like that.
Okay.
I was too scared that it would get back home to my parents. I was like, things like that. I was like, nah. If
There
I
were
get,
no-
if I get caught doing that, I'm done.
There were no ring cameras then.
Yeah.
But you
The
think-
only people who know where the line is are the ones that crossed it, Zay.
But you always think you're safe
Mm-hmm.
until someone's knocking on your door at 8:55 p.m. And you're like, oh gosh, like no one should be knocking. It's the parents of the people. Your friend snitched. Yeah.
I might have been a little worse now that I think about it.
I hate snitching.
Eggs. A lot of eggs. Back when they used to be like 79 cents for a
Yeah.
dozen. Throw a lot of eggs at a lot of things for that price.
When I got into high school and it was like forking someone's yard or like TPing, like that stuff was regular.
Yeah. TPing houses, sneaking out and TPing houses.
Yeah.
It was a sport where multiple different friend groups one-upped each other.
Now, did you buy rolls or did you do like we did and steal them from the Quick Trip?
So we did a mixture of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the bathroom, not off
was-
the shelf.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a little mix of all of it, actually.
So you don't know this, Isaiah. If you unroll some of it onto a rock and then you throw the rock with the TP on it, you
Yeah.
get more throws.
For sure.
I did not know that because the first friend group that did that, they got and caught by the police and all the parents got called.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dan and I also got caught by the police. We're sitting right here right now.
There was a moment in time, Zay, where sprinkler systems were manual and you had a little metal stick to turn them on.
Yep.
And you could roll dozens of toilet paper rolls across somebody's lawn.
Yes.
And then turn the sprinklers on and you create a pretty little winter wonderland after that.
Correct.
It did not snow.
Also, don't let me find out you got a house party in high school if I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know I'm leaving that hose on outside. You know that for a fact. Also, I don't know what the statute of limitations is. It's 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey, Sports Animal.
This
what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you gonna do, what you gonna do? Yeah.
Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Is this because we're about to talk about Draymond Green?
No, it's because you guys are just the TP experts and the mailbox pipe bombers.
So they don't make duct tape as strong as they used to, but
Some
used
truth.
to be able to tape a garage door shut just by using duct tape, and it was hilarious.
Those little motors doesn't have them like they do today.
No.
Draymond Green says that it's about race. So just heads up. It's not that he's a dirty player.
Yeah.
It's not that he cheats all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's that the media, the fans, the officials, the league, the opposing teams, and everyone else believes it is because he is black. So there you guys go.
It's weird that he thinks these basketball games aren't being televised or recorded. That's crazy that he thought he was doing all this in the privacy of his own home.
Low key wild. He's the only black guy in the NBA.
Yeah, it's just there's a time and a place for you to feel that this is the reason, and it sucks sometimes when I feel like guys will pull it out and it's not the case.
Mhm.
It's like a Draymond, like he's come on.
Of the
You know?
100 times that Isaiah has driven me crazy, maybe like only one of them is because he was black.
What were you doing before you made that statement? Watching a Jesse Smollett movie?
Is that what you're doing?
What are you doing?
No, yeah, he just I don't know. I think right now he's upset and he's spiraling because Steph's out. I think he knows they're in
We need
trouble.
to unpackage this a little more.
Are you serious? Are you sure?
I believe.
The story's not just he elbows guy in the head on purpose.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, everyone is racist. That's not the story.
I think there's layers here.
Zoom in on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey, Sports Animal.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
It's my favorite intro.
I'll check back in like 3 minutes when
Why?
the beat drops.
What are you talking about?
Takes forever.
I'm building a story here. They didn't just show you the dinosaur in the opening scene of Jurassic Park. Yeah, there you go. Pulling up in the
Still not.
gas-powered Jeep, not the electric.
Some movies, though, they show you like
Waiting.
the number one attraction at the very first scene, and then they don't show you again. It's
Oh,
like
Wolf of
45.
Wall Street? Is that what you're talking about?
I have to really think about that movie
No,
because
you
it's
don't.
very
It's
long.
kinda Sweet. Here we go. The Bronchiosaurus is
Took
right.
a while.
The Brachiosaurus.
Now we're at the bottom of the hour.
Because that's how long this intro took.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to go over the play with you, okay? So Draymond Green gets the ball, and he thinks he's an offensive threat because Steph Curry's hurt. So there's already a bunch of confusing stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then, was it Naz Reid? Naz Reid?
Correct.
So Naz Reid gives him a little reach around pokey boy from behind.
Oh,
Gives him,
Careful.
What?
Phrasing.
what did I say? Just gives him one of these from behind, and it just kind of,
Is that what you
the
saw?
reach around.
a little reach around, dislodges the ball.
Yep, that deserves a pause.
Is that what you saw? Did I not see it the correct way?
So he was like going for a steal,
He went round his,
a normal basketball play.
yeah, around his backside. So then, so he, like it always does, he pops it loose. So then, after he pops it loose, Draymond just jumps straight into head level and elbows him in the cranial.
Frontal
Num-
lobe.
Head and face. You got a little bit of
Yeah.
both.
Knees and toes.
Also, he continued with the forearm
Yeah.
and backhand
He-
side
That's called a
and
raking.
leaned into it.
He raked him.
It was a full body movement. And again, if this was player X that never done this before, you could probably play it off and be like, what? I have a rich history of not doing this stuff.
Well, it's not a race thing. The league hates Grayson Allen. I mean, he's been hated literally his whole entire NBA
Yeah.
career.
Now, we don't talk about race on the show a ton, but Grayson Allen is the blackest white dude out there.
Max
Mm.
Crosby.
He goes, no, he's Max Crosby.
No. Grayson Allen is
I
not.
say he's going all world. He goes, no, Eminem, dude. It's like Eminem. Like, stupid.
Well, Eminem does a good job at like he's himself in other areas. Max Crosby
Code switching.
engulfs.
Talk about code switching. Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah. Max Crosby engulfs.
Yeah.
Grayson Allen's hated.
Max Crosby is deep cover. He's like Johnny Depp and Donnie Brasco. Like he's all the way in and he can't get out now.
100%.
Can't come up with a better example than that.
So
Normally, I can fire from the hip pretty good on these things.
that's kind of perfect. Everybody loves Draymond. So this guy
Jason Williams.
says he's tired of the agenda, direct quote.
It took me a second.
Back in the basketball league?
Yeah.
Birdman.
I was gonna say him.
Larry over
It's Birdman.
White chocolate, Jason
Not
Williams.
Larry Bird.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Birdman.
Yeah. Birdman.
Yeah.
Now-
Chris Anderson.
Famously,
He is not just invited to the barbecue, he throws the barbecue.
so famously, Magic Johnson said about Larry Bird one time,
Hmm.
and then I can't finish the sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on this program.
Not on this show.
After hours.
We would
Not-
have to be on that podcast with Pablo.
You know who I think's who's coming up pretty strong is Dante DiVincenzo.
See, he's Italian though, and that's where it gets
So
interesting.
he's
Historically-
like a cheat code. He's got a cheat code.
Historically treated
They're already in.
very the same.
Same neighborhood.
My mother has actually confirmed that to me.
Yeah. Oh, hey, where she grew up?
About the Italian.
Yeah, and the Polish.
Mm,
That was a big part of the Chicago get things done era.
mhm.
That's so funny. All right, Van, I'm sorry. Please continue. Draymond Green continued his series of getting ejected early in games when Steph Curry's out. Go.
Oh no, we can do street cred basketball players all day. We could do this. I could do this all day. But if we want to talk about Draymond,
It's number one is Bill
He says-
Clinton. And I don't know why we didn't lead with Bill Clinton.
oh, United States' first black president.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
for
Yeah,
sure.
duh.
Oh, the guy who played
Duh.
saxophone on Arsenio Hall.
It's him.
For sure.
Yeah. Had one at home in Hillary, had one at the office in Monica.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Mhm.
Gosh.
There's layers.
Would you like to
Quote.
continue?
Draymond Green. Tired of the agenda to paint him as an angry black man.
Okay.
I'm going to run through a checklist.
Okay.
Leads the world
All right.
in technical fouls.
Might be true. I'd have to fact check.
Elbowed a guy. I mean, just last night. Has kicked multiple guys in the junk. Tried to choke out another guy.
Punched Trevor.
Punched his own teammate.
Yeah.
Ran him out of town. Suspension after suspension. If that happens to somebody, would you consider them angry?
He's a person who needs help and accountability. That's what I would consider
to
him.
me
I would
personally, I
say
don't
he
even-
is a angry person.
I don't
Mhm.
even, to me, I don't even consider him that he's angry. I think he just doesn't have discipline.
No, this is by design. This is by design. Okay, the next part of this statement. Would you consider Draymond Green black?
Yes.
This is the easiest part
I
of the
said
question.
yes. I already
Okay.
said yes.
It gets easier from here.
All right, go.
So far, the black part was the easiest part.
All right.
It gets easier. Is he a man?
Not the way he behaves, Van.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm
Not the one you would want to
Yeah.
model your kids' behavior around, but he is in fact a man. And I know it's spicy in the times we're living in, but biologically,
get
very
ready
mu-
to cut this off.
very
Isaiah.
much biologically, very much a man.
We're about to need this quote forever.
So
Say it,
that
finish this thought.
by default, literally, and in the easiest bit of logic we've ever done on this
Say it
program,
out loud, Ben
he is
Shapiro.
literally an angry black man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel,
It sucks.
I feel like there's, but here's the thing though. There's some guys that are angry, but then there's some guys who are just always aggressive, and like that's their baseline. And I think when you see it so consistently for a guy like Draymond, who I'm sure, like, I mean, if you look at his actual lifestyle, I don't see how he could be angry. Like I don't want to say he's been carried for 4 championships, but he hasn't had to carry for 4 championships. He's had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant and all these great teams where he just had to play his role.
Sure.
4 championships.
By physically assaulting people.
Hey, but I'm telling you, he's doing something off the court too. Because you go back not that long ago, where somebody would have got him by now. Like by now, somebody would have stole one to him at some point, and no one's done that. Like that's how you know he's psycho.
Well, he dropped the B word on LeBron, and they became friends after.
What was the B word?
Braun.
Bestie.
Yeah, Braun.
okay.
Called him
Braun.
nothing but a little brawn.
So yeah, like I think that's just not that's super credible that he's friends with LeBron, but I do know that he gets on the court. You combine him just not wanting to lose with being stubborn, and then his baseline is aggressive.
His baseline is that natural flailing that he does, try to draw a foul. That's not a move. That's not a natural motion.
That's wild that his feet and elbows and fists
Knees and toes
are
knees
just
and toes.
magnetized to people's faces and genitals. He's in such a rough position.
He's averaging a tech a game.
Is that serious?
He has 5, right? How many games have they played?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like season.
But like a meter's worth of technicals, not like a yard's worth of technicals.
Thank you.
And if he was on any other team besides the Warriors dynasty, he'd have been kicked out of the league already. If he did this on the Toronto Raptors, if he did this on the Memphis Grizzlies, if he did this on the Indiana
His
Pacers,
jaw would handle it.
he would have been gone already.
I think Lambeer set the precedent. Here's the thing. Also, this is a serious point. Like,
Oh, hold up.
he says-
Serious point alert from Isaiah.
he says, like, okay, you're trying to paint me as an angry black man, but the reason why it's hard for him to use that excuse for this reason with all these technicals and rough fouls is because Bill Lambier, not only was he a white guy, but he wasn't like a big old swole dude. And he was known as the guy who was just a jerk, would hit you after the whistle, foul you. I think when you talk about the dirtiest players, he's always at the top of the list.
If
Now here's a very stark difference besides melanin levels. Bill Lambier would look you in the eye and then punch you in the face. Draymond Green would fake a foul and kick you in the junk. That is two wildly different behaviors.
So yeah, it's just I feel like from that point, anybody who who's rough or gets, flagrant fouls and hits people, I feel like that title it's almost like you go colorblind to it just because of Bill Laimbeer.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of
He's a dirty player. He's a rough player.
Yeah,
He's a violent player.
Grayson Allen was ridiculed heavily for that, and he looked like a kid who could do no wrong. Like you look at him, and you would never assume he could be the dirtiest player in the league.
I mean, that's what neighborhood interviews on TV stations say about serial killers.
Every podcast.
Yeah.
We just thought he was just a normal guy. Like he went to his mailbox every morning. Like he looked so unassuming.
I got a hot take. Bill Laimbeer.
Okay.
Basically, everyone is not Riley Cooper. I don't feel like white guys get called racist a ton when they're tough in the league. I might be wrong. I don't think anyone's calling Grayson Allen racist.
Oh, like Grayson Allen was honed from a youth to be a dirty NBA player just to get back.
No one is calling Bill Laimbeer racist. He beat up a lot of black dudes on the court.
Yeah.
No, you're not calling Draymond. It's not that no one's calling Draymond racist.
He might be racist.
It's that he's calling other people is kind of what it is. For saying that he's a dirty player.
So the guy, I mean, by the way, this a side story, 2 stories in the same game. He was warming up on the bike, trying to stay, keep his blood flowing. Somebody called him a monkey or something like that. Reportedly,
A fan did.
A fan.
I saw that.
Yeah, that
fans are awful.
Incredibly racist.
I hate that.
They should be escorted out immediately.
Yeah.
And embarrassed and doxxed and let their employer know who they are.
Yeah. And then Isaiah should date their daughter.
That is
get him, Isaiah.
That is awful. And should not go without punishment. But insinuating that the referees are racist because he karate chopped somebody in the neck, that is ridiculous. Absurd.
Also, the referee, and I'm not trying to spoil anything here.
Yeah.
He was black.
And this is the last one.
The last one.
Not all of them, obviously.
Not all of them.
Statistically, it'd be impossible because there's so many.
Now, do you guys want me to go back to describing how he worked the ball away from him? Or do you guys want that part to be done now? The way Naz Reid got the ball to come loose.
You just want to say reach around again.
I just want to know if we need to revisit that,
Okay.
or if I drove that home well enough.
I think it's pretty close. Also, Draymond isn't 100% to blame, like in the high 90s.
Okay.
Let's point the finger at Steve Kerr here for a second. While I like Steve Kerr, especially who he is as a morally centered human being with the cojones to speak out,
his family's been the victim of some stuff.
Correct. And he's not afraid to say the hard things that a lot of more PC coach talk coaches won't say. We won't go into that. But he's enabled Draymond for years. Like, if you're that great of a coach, don't you coach
because he played
this kind of stuff out of him?
No,
he's gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah, he don't want to get punched. And he played.
He doesn't want to get Rudy Tomjanovich.
Correct. Because he played when Latrell played. He played when Charles Oakley played.
Yeah.
He played when actual bad dudes
He
played.
played with Dennis Rodman, and then Pippen Pippen was not.
Hey, Dennis Rodman played well. He wasn't tough.
He did some dirty stuff.
He did do dirty stuff, but he wasn't tough.
He did like weird stuff. Like he wouldn't be dirty, but he, did stuff that we can't really talk about. But like,
did he call Larry Bird racist when that part of his thing?
Probably.
I think he did.
Probably.
There's this. I found this top 5 list of the dirtiest players. Number 1, Grayson Allen's number 10 on this list.
Dang, cracking the top 10 in his young career.
He cracked the top 10.
Strong work.
He's got
buddy.
he's got gray hairs too. He's like, anyways.
Gray son.
Yep. Zaza Pachulia, 5. I mean, he's awful. He's the guy. He was he's the one that forced the NBA to make that rule that if you walk under a player when they're shooting, that it's like a flagrant. Because he kept walking,
cut people's knees.
And they'd roll their ankle on his foot. That's how Kawhi had those bad ankle injuries. He did that also to Russ. did it to Steph. And Bruce Bowen's 4. Mutombo's 3.
I don't like those last two.
Dang, Mutombo's up there.
I thought those dudes were legit.
Is that biased at all? Are they both like? Is there something?
Yeah.
Some St. Louis tie that I'm missing?
And Draymond
No, play hard.
Let me guess. Draymond is 3, 2, and 1.
There we go.
Number 2 is Bill Laimbeer. Draymond's number 1.
Who made this
Draymond's
list?
in another category.
If this is a Pablo Torre list, I'm not taking it.
Clutchpoints.com.
Whatever that
I
is.
don't know what that is.
Charles Oakley 6. Well, it sounds. You guys don't think it's legit?
That's
Chuck, I'm in on. Charles Oakley was dirty.
Rasheed Wallace 7. Ron Artest 8, and then Garnett 9, and then Grayson Allen.
Ron Artest was the grossest one of all because he fought fans.
well, in his defense, in the moment, asking for it.
He couldn't win a fight. All right, who are they playing? Detroit. So he fought Detroit. He fought fans and his own mental health. That's like 3 like simultaneous battles.
And the legal system to change his name.
Wasn't Reggie Miller bad?
Hey, that's the
Sneaky.
dude who would fix Draymond is
Sneaky.
Reggie. Because even if he lost, the league would come to save him. Like, that's who the league needs right now is Reggie. And he would fight Spike Lee.
He's an awful commentator, though. I mean, he's not awful. It's just like you can tell who he wants to win. And then when fights go on, he's like super instigating it. Maybe that's why it's in his blood.
He's got one of those things with Draymond when Drake, it was like who were they playing? Miami this is years ago, Miami or San Antonio, it don't matter. But Draymond was doing dirty stuff. And then you could hear Reggie like yelling at him on the thing. And Draymond was like, I hate you. And you're like, okay.
Well,
Like, we're off 5:45 today. Josh Shushan joins us in just, is it 12 short minutes? Shoot, time flies. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. Lots of baseball going on this weekend. We'll talk about some of it with Josh Sushan here in like 8 minutes. It's been the best NBA playoffs I think I've ever seen. This is very good because it was the worst NCAA tournament that I had ever saw. So I'm glad that I don't actually hate baseball or basketball. I am concerned that I just hated it.
I believe it's going to turn around.
It's already turned.
And the chalk, like you're very used to in Sweet 16, Elite 8, and Final Four of the last tournament, will turn it back on. Celtics are about to start dominating again. Thunder and Cavs are going to start dominating again. The cream will rise, and you're going to get bored of the playoffs again.
Next year, maybe. This one's too sweet.
So far, so good, though.
If Luka can lose, anything can happen. Like anything. This Timberwolves thing is going to be really good. Golden State thing is really good already. The Knicks story is the story.
Yeah.
The story. Halliburton's got 2-game winners and whatever final possessions or whatever.
Pacers got 2-game winners in 2 games. Knicks got 2 20-point deficits erased to win at the end in 2 games.
What's up with Anthony Edwards? He good on the ankle, or is that like a thing?
I mean, are you ever 100%
No.
completely at this time
Not
of the
in
season?
playoffs.
No.
Jalen Brunson greater than Jason Tatum?
Scoreboard.
Hey, Celtics still favored. Still. On the road, down 2.
If I am
Using expletives.
going to draft a player,
Okay, we were going a different way.
and I'm coming to the pick where it's down to Brunson or Tatum, and I realize that one game does not make a season, I'm probably going to pick Jason Tatum. I think over a span of 82 games and a playoff run, Jason Tatum's a better player. But he has proven over and over and over again, he is not the guy in these moments.
Whenever you get down to like the final, what are we at? 8 teams? Is that where we're at? When you get down to that, I mean, he might be the 10th best player, which is like not good. Jalen Brunson, he just winning. Also doesn't seem to hate Tom Thibodeau, and that's good.
Yeah.
Because that's been a thing. He's too hard. He's too whatever.
Yeah, you thought Jalen Brunson was on a roll the first game?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see his late performance in the second game? And now, hear me out, he has the power of the Catholic religion behind him.
Yeah, I forgot about.
The Pope went to his alma mater. The Pope went to Villanova.
Pretty good.
Who do you think he's rooting for?
Pretty good.
The Pope is on your side.
Josh Sushan joins us after the break, where I'm really excited to ask him about what color socks the Pope wears. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Now batting for the 2 men on. Number 1, Josh Sushan. Josh, welcome.
I like that. My what position am I playing?
Lead off and starting pitcher.
Oh, so I'm Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
I'll Shohei Ohtani in a couple of months.
And you only do complete games.
Only complete games.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
Games
start
to
it,
completion.
Yeah, games to completion. You only do
what's the
games
point
to
of starting
completion.
something if you're not going to finish it?
Okay.
I like that.
Isaiah. Take your time.
Sush, what is your baseball number? Was your baseball
Yeah,
number?
that's a good
Would your
question.
baseball number be?
Ooh, man. So I was always the smallest kid. So it was usually like 1, 2, or 3 because you just like the smallest uniforms had the smallest numbers. So
Right.
I was definitely not 55.
You're the runt of the litter.
Yeah.
Oh, 55, like
one
Kenny
or-
Powers?
Yeah. No Kenny Powers for me. Yeah. I was seriously like 1 or 2 or something like that.
Those are both good. Those are sought after.
Were you a late bloomer?
Yeah.
Did you hit a late growth
'cause you're a
spurt? Because
big
you're
boy
not
now.
a short
Yeah.
guy anymore.
It was like early junior year that I went from like 5'3" to like 5'10".
Ooh.
Oh,
It probably within like
Glow
9
up.
months or something. Yeah, wore a lot of floods there for a while. It's basically just wore shorts every day because all the pants were floods.
that's the
and-
style now, don't you know?
and then went away to college and then like somehow hit like a second growth spurt and got up to like 6 foot, maybe 6'1" if I do the hair right.
You're taller than Van, and Van is very much underneath 6 foot. So this all tracks.
5'10 and a half, baby. 5'11 on Tinder.
We're all the same size sitting down when we're broadcasting radio.
Mm-hmm.
The comments are pretty good, huh, Josh?
Yeah. They're really good at one-run games, right? So here's the thing about baseball and one-run games, right? Like one of the all-time sports cliches is that got to win the close games. Best teams know how to win the one-run games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say that once analytics, when people started to really pay attention to analytics, then there became this different theory, especially with baseball, which was one-run games don't mean is what you think they mean. The best teams, they beat you by a lot, and when you beat them, you just barely beat them. So just because a team has a bad record in one-run games doesn't mean that they don't know how to win the close ones. It just means you can only just barely beat them. But over the last few years, there has been a number of teams in baseball who, you look at run differential, you look at like all these other different things now, and you go, this team should not be very good, but they are winning a ton of one-run games. And one of the things that I think that the Isotopes need to just do drastically better, and this is going on like 3 different years with a whole bunch of different players, is win the close games. Like I don't think it's any longer just like a coincidence. They're just losing way too many one-run games or in 2-run games. The close games are just hurting them. This year they're now. Oh, I had it right in front of me and then I lost it. It's because the wind blew my page. Dumb wind blowing my pages in
Hey,
the middle of a thought.
hey, that wind was due though.
Yeah. So the
Cliché,
Isotopes
good.
are 4-7 in one-run games. Oklahoma City is 11-4 in one-run games, and it's kind of been the same thing the last couple of years, even though the players change. And so, like me and Pedro Lopez were talking about this. We're like, okay, the Topes take a one-run lead into the 9th inning. You got 2 outs, nobody on. Walk, 2-run double, walk off. But we start going back to if this play gets made in the 6th inning, then a different part of the lineup comes to the plate in the 9th inning, right? Like this error may have not led to any runs in this inning, but the starting pitcher had to come out early. This reliever had to come in the 5th instead of the 6th. And now the beat of the lineup comes to bat in the 9th inning. And so it's actually one of the things I love about baseball is that the 6th inning impacts the 9th inning. When you don't make a play, even if it doesn't lead to any runs, it still impacts the game later.
It's like a long con. It's a long storytelling. Now you said it was a cliche, Josh, that you got to win one-run games. I just found a list here, boys. I'm going to ask you to rank them 1 through unbearable. Baseball cliches. Okay, you ready?
Ooh, yeah,
Okay.
I like this.
He's due.
Very true.
So true.
It's incredibly true.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing: if you fear the player, or if it's your favorite player, then you say he's due. If you don't know who he is, then you never say it.
Got a great baseball IQ.
Ooh. Well, he's got to be a middle infielder.
That means he's not athletic, but he just tries hard.
You're
Like-
you're describing a dumpy catcher.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
But that cat for the Mariners, what's his name?
You're Cal Rayleigh.
Yeah. All right. Hey, that guy's a real 5-tool player.
The 5-tool player gets misused a lot too. Like if someone hits home runs and steals bases, then people immediately go, "Oh, he's a 5-tool guy." But can he throw?
Yeah.
Like Barry Bonds was not a 5-tool guy. He couldn't throw.
If dudes tell me they see a 5-tool guy out there, I say, name the 5 tools. Name them right now.
What are they?
What are they?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. I got another good one.
It's like, oh, you had a Grady Sizemore sighting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, was he here?
Okay, he's like the last one.
John Mabry. Okay, so
What?
game of inches.
Ooh, that's true.
Game of inches. That's football.
No, the butt like a grounder up the middle. All right, I got one here. You ready? Left it all out on the field.
Oh, I hate that one.
What did he make the equipment guy go get it?
Yo, did
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's very rude.
he
Vomit?
vomit?
got ejected,
Oh.
and he made the poor
Yeah.
bad boy go get it.
All right, how about this one, guys? Ready? Take it one game at a time.
That one is unfortunately true. That is coach speak. That is cliche. But that's one of the ones that like, ugh. It's true though.
In baseball, that's you kind of have to do that in baseball, even though I do hate how often it gets used.
Yeah, because taking it 2 games at a time is illegal. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
All right,
Do you guys hold on before
Yep.
we move on to the next one? Do you think that if it wasn't for the movie Bull Durham, that people would not use one game at a time as often?
Well, I think that's a strong part of it.
Mm.
Yeah, but like it similar for our next one. I don't think that slang 1930s grocery list talk is relevant today, but we still call it a can of corn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can of corn.
That one slaps to me.
Yeah.
That one applies to no other sports.
And now because of insurance reasons, you can't put corn on the top shelf anyways. So too many lawsuits.
I like that.
Corn's always on the middle shelf.
Do you have one you love, Josh? Is there a baseball cliche where you're like don't if you say clubhouse guy, we'll hang up right now.
Oh. Well, there's a bunch of things that annoy me that are not necessarily
Yes.
cliches.
Yes, we're aware.
There's it's a pretty lengthy list. I think the main one would be when a member of the media, comma, who should know better,
Me.
comma, refers to a manager as a coach. Hey, Coach Lopez. He's not Coach Lopez. He's the manager. Call him the manager.
Mm.
The coaches in college.
Coaches in college. Thank you.
The one that I hate is good pitching beats good hitting. I hate that more than any cliche in the history of all sports.
What about offense sells tickets, defense wins championships?
No, that's just as lame.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
basically the same thing.
it's the same thing. Also, when your team,
Also, it's also incorrect.
it's also incorrect. They're just having fun out there.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
they're actually that's their job.
Hey, walk as good as a hit.
I do like that one.
It
That's
is
what every
not.
That's what
It's
every
not.
mom says in your in on base percentage. It's true, Van.
No. Okay. Not OPS plus.
Did you see?
Not in your WOBA.
You heard
When
Sam
you're 8
Hilliard.
years old, that's what your mom tells you.
Yeah. But if you have to stop at first base, it's true. You put the ball in play, you hit a single, they have to handle the ball and throw it around. They could make an error. And next thing you know, you're on second, third, or home. Oh, a walk's as good as a hit? Which one? Because doubles, triples, and home runs also exist. It's dumb.
I don't even know what a,
Slugging percentage, Josh.
I don't even know what a frozen rope is.
Oh, that's a line drive.
Well, yeah,
That's
I know
team
that.
ended on a frozen
Yeah.
rope.
But where does that even come from? Like, who had a frozen rope at any point and thought they should apply it to this thing?
So around the cage yesterday, catcher Austin Nola said perfectly backspun line drive. He said a couple of times, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that. Perfectly backspun." I'm like, "All right, I got to try to find a way to get this into the broadcast tonight." Well, the Isotopes only had 2 hits, so I couldn't do it there. And then the perfectly backspun line drive was the game winner, so I did not get it into the broadcast last night either.
So are you saying
I'll try
because
more tonight.
are you saying because they only had 2 hits, they had a tough time manufacturing runs?
That is correct.
Ugh.
Thank you. Got to hashtag that one.
What is that? Is that does Henry Ford own the team? Like, what is that?
Ooh. You think if Henry Ford did own the team, that he'd be into like bunting and sacrifices?
The
and runs?
the team would only have one color of player.
You know what that team? Ace ain't got no quit in them.
That's hey,
Does a team? Have you seen a team, Sushan, that a team has quit in them?
I've been
Yes,
on
yeah,
that
I
team.
have.
Yeah, I've been on that team.
I mean, not counting your athletics. They quit on your city, not the team.
Thanks. Still a fresh wound.
You got to hit them where they ain't. Like, what?
Oh,
Oh, come on. I hate baseball cliches, I think, actually. I think outside of can of
I
corn.
think there's some good ones.
Yeah?
There's some good ones out there.
Oh.
Another bad one. He's a professional hitter.
ooh,
Wait.
that's true.
Does he hit for money? Do they pay him to hit?
So
Yes, he's a professional hitter.
Here's the thing: you can never call someone a professional hitter while the at bat is going on. But if someone hits a sacrifice fly, or they hit behind the runner to move him to second to third,
Right.
then you can say, "Up, professional hitter." Once again, there you go. That's
Do you-
a professional hitter right there.
Josh, do you feel like the ones that come from like Yogi Berra are all good?
Ooh,
Like, it ain't over till it's over, which I think is Yogi Berra. And if it's
Yeah.
not, it's close.
it's definitely Yogi Berra.
What's the Wayne Gretzky one? You miss 100% of the pitches you don't swing at. Is that Wayne Gretzky?
Well, except that he did the hockey version, which is, taking the shot.
Okay, I was just trying to be a part of
Yeah.
the thing for a second. Next
Yeah.
man up. I don't know.
Next
what.
man up is football.
All right, I got one. How about this? Grounder up the middle, flip to second. No. Grounder up the middle, fielded it short, look the runner back to third, play it first. Ready? That's a baseball play. Well, that makes me so mad.
See,
What I thought you were going to say is a ground ball with eyes, right?
Oh, like
Just past the pitcher, just past the shortstop, just past the second baseman. Ground ball with eyes.
See, I like that one.
little C and I single.
I
Yeah.
use that.
I like C and I single. That one works.
Yeah.
Is there one you accidentally go to every game and then you slap yourself across the mouth after you do it?
Ooh. I haven't said can of corn in a while. What I've been saying
Bring it
lately
up.
is once someone is underneath it, I just say waiting on gravity.
Yeah, I do like that one.
That's strong work.
I like that one. I've not used Baltimore hop in a long time because I don't know what it is and I don't want to use it incorrectly.
Nice.
Was Baltimore the first artificial turf? And so, I don't know what that is.
I think-
I know it's a high chopper, but I want to make sure that I say it accurately.
No, I
Not
think
in
the
Houston.
Baltimore hop it's the same as the Harlem Shake.
Which is what?
It was a dance phenomenon there
More cliches.
during 2012. What's a short? Do you use short memory? I feel like that's one I've overused a million times.
I like to use short memory when, and this doesn't happen very often anymore, but when the pitcher got the blown save last night, now he's back on the mound again, short memory. I feel like relief pitchers need short memories and starting pitchers need long memories to be successful.
Excellent point.
Josh
That was good,
Sushan,
boys.
he's a gamer. Thanks, brother.
Just going to take it one sentence at a time.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's not
there
so
it
bad. Isaiah,
Everyone have a safe weekend.
Oh, good advice.
pro wrestling tomorrow night at the Historic El Rey Theater. Come see NWA New Mexico. I own that, man.
Have a great weekend out there, guys. Do what Zay said. And check out the opening drive Monday morning.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you Monday, Burke.